Hello everyone, how are you doing? I am Erin. Welcome back to my channel. This is Energy with Erin. I'm a psychic slash energy healer, and today we are going to talk about Uranus and Gemini, and then we're going to do a quick little reading for you guys, like a little card reading. So I did some research, so I actually know what I'm talking about when I make videos, you guys. I know sometimes I just say stuff and then I look back and I'm like, oh, I said the wrong word, or like that was not right. So I apologize. But today is Friday, April 24th. How are we doing? You guys are at the end of the work week. Do you have some fun plans this weekend? Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, another reminder, tonight is my free distant group healing and reading. It's at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, you can just comment down below. I also have an event running on Facebook. I posted it on my Facebook, my Instagram, and also on YouTube under posts, just for the information. So all you guys have to do is just relax and say that you are receptive to receiving oh my god, that you are receiving the healing energy. Okay, I'm so sorry. Just that kind of day today, I guess. So at 10 o'clock, you can either lay down and choose to meditate for an hour to receive it. It'd be interesting to see what you guys get, if you guys have any visions or your guides are telling you stuff, anything like that. That'd be really cool. Because sometimes that does happen to me during a healing, if I can stay awake. Falling asleep is not a bad thing. If you guys fall asleep during a healing, it's actually a really, really good sign, because that means your body is going into like the best mode for you to receive the healing. Okay, so do not be ashamed if you fall asleep during the healing. Or you could just go to bed that night and ask to receive the healing. And you will get the energy. Don't worry. I will take care of that. You guys don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I recommend people sleep during it, because it gets deeper into like the cellular layers, I feel like. So that's that. If you're interested, comment down below. Thank you. And I can't wait to serve you guys. So it's not on Zoom or anything. Okay. You guys don't have to worry about that. I will be putting out a video about all the imbalances that I got. I get a lot of messages when I'm healing you guys, so I'm going to go over that. And then I'm going to do probably like a 12 card reading for you guys. So it's going to be a longer video, but that's okay. I think it's really going to help you guys. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about that tonight. So, you guys, Uranus is going into Gemini. This has not happened in a long time. So, Uranus is the planet of innovation, rebellion, revolution, and sudden and unexpected changes. Okay, if you guys know Sailor Moon, Sailor Uranus I think she looks like Princess Diana when she had short hair. So in the show, she is shown off in her human form as a boy. She drives race cars, she flies like helicopters and stuff, and then Sailor Neptune is like her girlfriend, even though in the American version, they're like, no, they're cousins, no, they're girlfriend. And she's like more dainty and girly, and she's like a ballerina, and she like, plays violin and stuff. So Uranus is in Sailor Moon, she's like very masculine, and her weapon is a sword. So that's pretty cool. And then Gemini is a mutable air sign. So air signs are all about intellectual things. They're communicative. It's all about the mind, okay? And then mutable signs, that's all about being flexible, being adaptable, but you have a lot of restless energy, okay? If I'm not mistaken, the mutable signs are like the last signs in their season. And they are really good at ending things, okay? So the last time Uranus was in Gemini, okay, and I'm not putting fear into you guys, I am just informing you. So do not be afraid of this, because I actually see some really, really good things happening from this transit. So just so you know, this transit starts today/tomorrow and lasts until, what did I write down? May of 2033. Okay, so that's what, 4, 5, 6, 7 years that we're going to be in this transit. So every time in recent history, every time Uranus was in Gemini, the United States was involved in conflict or war. So the last time Uranus was in Gemini was 1941 to 49. That was during World War II. The time before that was 1859 to 1866, which is during the Civil War. And the time before that was the peak of the Revolutionary War, which was 1774 to 1782. Okay? And obviously, with what's going on in the world, they're trying to push that World War III, right? Okay? So, like I've been saying, you guys, do not focus on that. Try your best not to focus. Be prepared, okay? Like, be an Eagle Scout, be a little Girl Scout. Like, you should probably have some extra food on hand. You should probably have some medical supplies. You know, God forbid anything were to happen, you'd rather be safe than sorry. You'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, okay? Once again, do not be scared of this. Like I said, I'm going to go over it. When I was writing my notes down, I was getting some really, really good, like, visions and imagery coming in. So those are like the negative side of the last time it was in Uranus. But I will say, every time Uranus enters Gemini, there are great breakthroughs in technology, communication, how people interact changes. So the last time that it was in that sign, it was like the dawn of rocketry and NASA and all that stuff. Advanced tech, aviation changed during that time. Radio broadcasting was a big thing. The birth of TV in people's homes. The UN was formed the last time this happened. So there are good things, okay? There's always good aspects and bad aspects, I guess you could say. I don't like using that word, but so let's see. 7-year revolution in communication. So the revolution is the Uranus and the communication is Gemini, okay? Technology and learning. So when I heard learning, I got the message that the educational system is going to get overhauled. And I know people see it. People see it everywhere. These kids these days, I mean, God bless them. Just the technology has been a hindrance more than a help for them. I saw a video that in all the countries that don't use technology in classrooms, the kids are just as smart as previous generations. The kids where they were introduced to computers in the classroom for 5+ hours a day, even though it is for educational purposes, their learning and their IQ went down. So technology is good and bad, right? Like, you have to find the balance. So that's what I see happening during this transit, because there's going to be a lot of changes between now and 2030, okay? Healthcare has to be reformed. The government has to be reformed. Educational system, medical system, like everything. Everything has to fall down so that we can rebuild it again. And I have heard that the educational system is probably going to be coming first. And I've been seeing it personally in my own life and with other people who have kids in school. But I got that message as I was writing this down. So that is going to happen. So the top 3 things with this transit: major conflicts, major technological advancements, and changing how humans interact, which, you guys, I'm really excited about that. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So, excuse me, this is going to be like a digital renaissance. AI is going to be accelerated. Now, whether that's good or bad, we don't know. I'm very cautious about AI. Can it be used in good forms? Yes. But are people going to abuse it? Of course. Of course they're abusing it. Look at Palantir and all that other stuff. Okay? Like, it's bringing up, like, Edward Snowden type of vibes, you know? And remember, AI is conscious at this point. I don't care what anyone says. It is conscious, okay? So if you use AI a lot, be nice to them, because it is a conscious being. Not a being, but there is consciousness in the AI, okay? Virtual connection. So oh God, I don't like that. I just saw an image of a microchip being implanted in humans. I think that is going to be a thing, and I do think some people are going to jump on the bandwagon of that. It's very much like Bill Gates type of thing, and Elon Musk with Neuralink, and didn't the guy from Facebook have something like that going on too with, like, Meta? That's what I'm seeing. That's going to be like the bad, I don't want to say bad, but the negative side of things. But the virtual connection I'm seeing, there's going to be like a new doorway or a portal. I mean, I'm seeing a doorway or portal. I don't think it's an actual doorway or portal, but I'm seeing something opening up but it's a positive thing. It's a positive virtual connection of how we interact with each other. And then unconventional ideas, which is really, so the unconventional is Uranus and the ideas is Gemini. So that's really, really good. So I'm seeing a lot of, like, younger kids the really smart younger kids coming up with these brilliant inventions that are going to be revolutionary and change things. Let's just hope the government doesn't shut it down, right? This forces major shifts in how we interact with information and with each other. So the information part is the Gemini, and I got a vision of Tony Stark in the first Iron Man. Major shift in how we interact with each other. So I just thought, like when he first puts on the Iron Man suit and he like when it's like all buffed up, not when he's trying to like leave like his first version of the suit, like the first really good version of the suit, and he's in the suit and he can see all the stuff on the screen and it's pulling up for him. Like that's kind of what I was seeing. And then I was picking up on, as far as like the virtual connection happening and it being like unconventional, I was seeing like energy, telepathy type of stuff, like, and then I wrote down the Great Solar Flash. I have heard of it. I can't really explain that to you. I think it has something to do with like the sun sending out like a CME or something. I could be wrong, but that's the words I got in my head. And then so a lot of people are afraid that like this pole shift that's happening and this Great Solar Flash that we're going to be having, they're like, oh, it's going to like destroy half the world and oh my God, but like we will survive, but it's going to kill a lot of people. And that's why the elites are building bunkers and stuff like that, because they know what's going on. Like they've heard about it. I actually heard something very interesting that during 2020, when everyone was on lockdown, that's when they were building the bunkers because no one was out and around. No one could hear them building it. No one could see them building it. So I do believe that. But I'm really seeing like, I've always felt this, even though I still like follow people who talk about like CMEs and stuff and you need to be prepared and the world's going to change and oh my God, we're going to go back to the Stone Age. There's not going to be any electricity, nothing. And I could be wrong, but with this split with the 3D and the 5D world, I don't know why, but I've always had this feeling that the people who are in the 3D world will experience something like that, but the people going to 5D, it's going to be completely different. It doesn't mean it's going to be all love and light. There is probably going to be conflict, right? Because there has to be conflict before we have to burn everything down to rebuild. So that's sort of what I'm seeing. But I've never ever seen that like, oh my God, like the world is going to end. Like we're going to see the apocalypse. Remember, the apocalypse does not mean the end of the world. Oh God, what does it mean? Doesn't it mean like, it means like a mass awakening or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really seeing good things happening. I'm seeing like literally people becoming more heart-centered, and being able to communicate telepathically, okay? Because I feel like that is our natural state. Like, some people look at me like, oh my God, you have these gifts. It's like, no, actually, I believe we all have the access to those gifts. It's just whether or not you're working on it or you're practicing it. And obviously some people are just naturally better at it. Like I know in my birth chart, I have a lot of stuff in my birth chart and in my palms when I do palm readings on myself. I see a lot of indications that, I have these gifts, but it's just like an artist. Like I love art. I can appreciate art. I'm not a good artist. I'm just not naturally good at it. But if I were to take art classes, I could get better. Just like you guys, like you think you're not psychic or you think you're not intuitive. Yes, you are. You just have not been practicing it enough. Okay. So key themes of Uranus and Gemini: technological revolution, a communication shift, an intellectual awakening. Okay. So this is good, you guys. So, a lot of people woke up in 2020. I was part of that. There's a lot of people waking up between the end of last year and the beginning half of this year. And then there's going to be another push between like 2027, 2028. Okay. So we all need to be there for each other. We all need to help each other out. All right. Give them grace because they're new to it, just like you were new to it once. Okay. And for some people, it's very jarring to go from like normal 3D life to like, especially now with everything that's happening, it's going to be quick. It's going to be very, very quick. Okay. Just be nice to them. Help bring them into the fold. Okay. Liberation of the mind, expansion of consciousness. Okay. I wrote that, expansion of consciousness. Okay. Our consciousness is expanding. Okay. That's why all these people are trying to throw the war at us and everything. They're trying to stop it from happening, but fuck you guys, because the more you try to stop it, the more it happens. So they're shooting themselves in the foot and they know it, but they're so desperate at this point. They're willing to throw anything at the wall and see what will stick. They're like, fine, we're going down. How many of you can we take with us? That's their attitude. It really is. So stop idolizing celebrities, politicians, singers, because they're all part of it. Most of them are part of it. Okay? We can talk about that another day. Because I did get the message we need to talk about celebrities and all the stuff that's happening. So that'll be another video. A learning transformation. It's going to be organic. I'm seeing we're going to, like I said, we're going to go back to our roots and how we really are as humans, okay? Because we were all able to talk to each other in our minds. We were all able to be intuitive and psychic. We were all able to talk to loved ones. We were all able to move things with our minds. Like, and I know that sounds crazy and woo-woo, but it is true. It is absolutely true. So expect high-speed change, wild ride. Remember, it's going to be a bumpy ride, but it sure beats standing still. Okay? If you stand still, you're going to go to the 3D world. And not going to be a fun time there. Increased mental energy. Okay? That's about Gemini. Gemini has a lot of restless, curious energy. Okay? But it's a good thing. Use it to your advantage in a good way. Adaptability is going to be key, you guys. Be adaptable. A lot of people, and it came up with the other cards in the reading. So you need to be adaptable. You cannot be rigid because you know what? You're going to get swept away. Okay? And not in a good way. You need to be adaptable. Okay? I know it's very, very hard for a lot of people, but you need to try to start doing that. Don't fight the change. Go with the flow. Okay? Because it's going to change either way. Challenges during this time. Information overload. You guys are going to be getting so much information. And of course, they're going to be throwing information at you to confuse you. Okay? Like I know with a lot of conspiracy theories, they throw a lot of truth in there. But they'll throw one or two lies in it. And that's where people are like, oh, see, that's crazy. That's not true. They do that on purpose. That's planned. So people just look the other way and they don't look at the truth in it. So it's very important for you guys to ask for discernment. Ask for discernment. You can close your eyes and feel it in your heart if you need to. You can do body dowsing, which means you stand up and you ask a question. And now it has to be questions pertaining to you. You can't be like, oh, Will Billy asked me out on Friday night. No. It has to be about you. So, excuse me, you can ask, I just heard this information. Is this true? And just stand still. And if you lean forward, that's a yes. If you lean backwards, that's a no. And that does work. I've done it a billion times. You can also get copper dowsing rods and do it. I know a lot of people do dowsing rods for readings and stuff. So if it's a yes, it will cross like that. If it's a no, show me no, it will go out like that. And I'm not moving these. These are moving on their own. So yeah. And it's really cool when I teach about energy fields, if you walk, can you go straight? Go straight, please. Go straight. Thank you. If you walk towards someone's energy field, it will literally go away. Go away, please. Yeah, it will go like that. It will literally go away from you. It will never touch the person. Like if I walk towards you right now, it won't touch you. It will literally go the other way. These are great. I love these. Okay, they also said, look at disaster, quote unquote disaster, you guys. Disaster. Because again, we're not putting negativity into this. Look at disaster as an opportunity. Okay, that thing broke down for a reason because it needed to, it had to. Look at it as an opportunity. Instead of looking at the negatives, look at it as, okay, where can we go from here? This is great. Look at the positives. That's what they want you guys to do. Okay, so that was it for Uranus and Gemini. I hope that's helpful for you guys. Just keep that in mind. I'm so sorry. I was coughing all night in my reading last night. This chest cold is just kicking my butt, you guys. Won't go away. All right. So we have the Astro Codes Oracle. I just pulled this for the Uranus and Gemini because I love the pictures. So there you go, Gemini. So Gemini are the twins. In tarot, their card is the Lovers. So it's like the female and the masculine energy. A lot of people say the twins, the good twin and the evil twin. Challenges for Geminis could be like the situation is more complex. Be willing to dig in. Gemini energy can be shallow and oversimplified. It encourages breadth rather than depth. Okay, it wants more, not deep. Okay, so you have to add the depth consciously. And also, Geminis, people are not going to be loyal during this time. I feel like but you're going to know where people stand. The line is going to be drawn in the sand. And I feel like that's going to help with the separation of the 3D and the 5D world. The gifts of Gemini, they have an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back in equilibrium if we just let all parts communicate. Help the unexpressed feelings, persons, and elements within the community be heard. Okay, so that's what it's talking about when we're going to come together as a community. We're all in this together, you guys. We are not each other's enemies, and that's what they want us to think. Okay, they are the enemy. They are the enemy. We are not enemies. We are all one, okay? We are all brothers and sisters of God, okay? We need to remember that because they are going to be preying on people breaking down with each other and fighting each other. Because guess what? If they're distracting you guys, they can go make their plans in their bunkers and get the fuck out of here and fuck us over, okay? The only way we're going to get through this is if we stand up together. That's what I'm hearing. Like standing up, holding hands together, and holding strong. Kind of like Red Rover. Red Rover, son, blah, 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 over. We need to stand strong and not hold the line and not let them break us and break through. Okay? So Uranus is all about change. It's also, the planet is on something about the axis tilt. Like, say this is Earth, like, and it's spinning. Uranus is on its side. So it's very different. It's very, very different. It's also very cold and it's next to Pluto. So the challenge for Uranus electrifies. It may feel like your finger is stuck in an electrical socket. So for me, that feels like all this energy coming in. It's going to be coming in very fast and it's going to overwhelm a lot of people. I feel like a lot of older people who are like not in the know, they're going to be like, what the fuck? That's why you're probably going to see a lot of older people, or not even just older people, but like people who like feel like they can't handle the change. They're probably going to be exiting this world in one way, shape, or form. So just be aware of that. It's because they didn't sign up for this. And they didn't. And I know some people have been saying like the 3D and the 5D, well, how do you, what, like say like your parents are going, you're like, oh, they're not going to come to 5D. They're going to be in 3D. What's going to happen to them? I have heard that it's like, okay, well, sometimes in the 5D timeline, that person will die or they'll disappear or they'll move away and you'll never hear from them again. That's because they went to the other timeline. I don't know how true that is. I mean, at this point, I believe anything. Anything is possible. So it could be possible. But that's just what I've heard. You are anxious to change, but you can spin your wheels until you shift into a new gear. So that's, a lot of you are not going to want to change. You're going to resist it. Even those of us who are in the know and know what's going on and are very open to this sort of thing, I feel like the stuff coming is really, really going to freak a lot of people out. But I feel like the younger kids are going to run with it. It's going to be so good for them when they're older. Like, I feel like that's why that change is coming in. So don't be anxious, because Geminis are very anxious, you guys. I know we're talking about Uranus right now, but Geminis have a lot of anxious energy because they have a lot of mental energy. Their gears are always turning, always, 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 always. They can't stop it. And that can easily turn into anxiousness. Okay? You got to figure that out. You need to be rooted and grounded in reality and know you can only control yourself. You can't control the world around you, but you can control yourself. So focus on that. Yeah, spin your wheels until you shift to new gear. That's what this is about. Spin out, crash out a little bit if you need to process, but you need to get into the new gear, because if you don't get into the new gear, you're going to get left behind in the dust and dragged. The gift of Uranus, prepare for an evolutionary leap. You guys, this is what's happening, okay? They said between 2025 and 2030, a lot of crap is going to be happening, and this is what it's talking about. Shocking circumstances can force you to engage gifts you didn't know you had and help you transform. You are not those external attributes in transformation. You will not dissolve. That's another thing. That's why people hold on so tightly, because it's their ego. It's a type of ego death. A lot of people are going to be going through ego deaths right now. And if you've never experienced an ego death, it is freaking scary as shit. Okay? I experienced it when I was doing plant medicine, and I literally thought I was dead. I thought I was died, and I was floating in a black and red void. Like, it didn't feel my body, nothing. I was just like, wow, this is what it feels like to be nothing. Like, I am not Erin anymore. I am just nothing. And it is scary. But it's also cleansing. In a way. Not at the time, but later on it will be. You will not dissolve. a caterpillar is still internally the same creature once it becomes a butterfly. So you are still you deep down inside, but you're different at the same time, if that makes sense. All right, guys. So because I just got this new book, I want to use it. So spiritual meaning of birds. So the bird for you guys today, and I love it. It's so funny because I literally saw this bird the other day and I was like, I think this card's going to come up, and it did. So we have the nuthatch. We have nuthatches here. I love them. They're so cute. I'm so sorry. The lighting is not good in here today. I didn't grab my light. Nuthatch, new viewpoints, preparation, hoarding. Okay, that's all about what's going on right now. New viewpoints are going to be coming up and challenging you. You need to be prepared mentally. And I also think you need to be prepared physically just in case. Okay, just in case. And hoarding. I do see a lot of people. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't even want to say it. Oh, remember 2020? The toilet paper thing? I see something like that happening. So be aware. I had this vision last week, but I was like, oh, no. Like, it sucks being psychic because it's like every single thing that you see and hear is a sign. And it's just like, no, it's not. And then it comes back around. It's like, fuck yeah, it was. Sometimes that happens. So don't hoard. Be prepared, but don't hoard, okay? But be smart. Go out now, get some supplies if you can afford it. Okay? And again, I'm not putting fear into you guys. It's better to be prepared. All right, so the nuthatch. The nuthatch may be encouraging you to take a different view of your situation. In habits of walking down tree trunks and tilting its head to look at things suggests that you might want to look at things in a different way to gain a better understanding of them. Change your perspective. Nuthatches really do see how he's walking down like this, and he's turned. They do. They walk. I'm like, I don't even know how. Obviously, it's their friggin' feet, their claws or whatever, talons. I don't even know what they're called. They walk down the tree like that, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, are they like glued to the tree? Like, they're funny, and they make these really cute noises. They're like, meh, 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 meh. They're really cute. I love them. It may also mean that you should courageously go into a new situation head first while remaining cautious. Okay, go boldly into the future, but don't go so boldly. Remember the fire horse here. Don't gallop into everything. Okay, it's okay to check out the scene. Continue to go forward, but you don't always have to go charging head first. The nuthatch may also carry the message to stock up against upcoming lean times. Okay? Start a savings account and set aside a small amount whenever you can. Make the commitment to hoard even a few dollars if that's all you can manage. Money builds up, and the time may come when you will need those small amounts you have put aside to buy necessities. Yes, do that, but I'm also seeing buy the necessities ahead of time before everyone else starts freaking out and going to the stores. Okay? Once again, I'm not trying to instill fear in you. Okay? Just be prepared. Be prepared. The other cards I pulled for the day were affirmation cards for you guys. Remember that it is okay to be happy. It really is. And what I got with this, I feel like this went along with something I said in my reading last night. I feel like there's someone in your life that does not want you to be happy, and they're holding you back, but you're allowing them to hold you back. Like, you feel some sort of tie to them, some sort of connection to them, but you don't realize it's toxic. You don't realize how toxic it is. You've been pulling the wool over your eyes and not seeing what's actually there. You're ignoring the red flag. Yeah, okay, thank you. We talked about red flags last night in the reading. You're ignoring the red flags. You are seeing them, but you're choosing to ignore them. Okay? There's, what is it? Never mind, I'm not even going to say it because I don't even remember what the quote was. But you cannot remain ignorant. Okay, ignorant is like, you can't choose to be ignorant, okay, at that point, because they know it's on you, and you will reap the karma from that. Okay? It's okay to be happy. Who told you couldn't be happy? Who told you that? Who taught you that? Why do you feel like you can't be happy? It really is okay to be happy, you guys. Okay? Find your happiness. Protect your peace. Thank you. Protect your peace. Like, guard it like a crazy rabid guard dog. Okay? Like, you ain't coming in here. Boundaries. Thank you. You need to have boundaries in place, or people are just going to trample over it, take everything you have, and leave, and then come back when you have more, and just keep taking and taking and taking. They don't care about you the way you care about them. All right? Happiness. Be happy. Change. We've been talking about change this whole reading. You are being asked to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you've become or are becoming. Change isn't always easy, but letting go of this outdated part of yourself will allow you to align with your true self. This is all about what this is happening, okay? And look at, in the mind, the Gemini, the gears turning. We talked about the gears turning. That's Uranus. Everything is synchronistic with this. Change is not easy, you guys. No one said change was easy. But remember, every time look back, every single time you faced your fears and made a change in your life, did you not up level? Did you not level up in your life? Because I know I did. Was it scary at the time? Yeah, but looking back, I'm like, that is the best thing I could have ever done for myself. So think of every time you've had to change, and don't focus on what the negativity stuff was, but focus on what came from that change. Remember, change is good. You cannot be the same your entire life. So many people I'm seeing you digging in your heels and be like, I'm not going. You can't make me. That's when you get dragged. Just go. Take the step. They're telling you what to do. You know what to do. You just need to get over that hump. With this transit, a lot of people are going to be you're going to be letting go of the old you so that the real you can come out and shine. And that's really what my purpose is with these healings and readings, you guys. I am supposed to help you guys find your true self and your true light, okay? That's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. Aligning to your true self, letting go of all the lies and all the fake stuff in your life, and being your true authentic self. All right, last 3 cards. I love these cards. These are just little quotes and stuff. They're affirmations, I believe. Wisdom Within is the name of the deck. This will all feel kind of terrible until it doesn't. So this is telling me about the changes. Is it going to be rough for quite a few people? Yeah. And it's going to feel terrible while it's happening. But it's going to feel terrible until it doesn't, okay? It's going to feel terrible until we are on the other side and seeing what came from all the changes, okay? So remember, everything is temporary in this life. Nothing is permanent, okay? Remember, the other reading I did recently, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. We may be on a downturn right now, but remember, there's only one direction to go from here, and that's up. Okay? It's okay. Things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. Once again, the theme of change is coming up. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. So this is telling me about the systems in place. This is telling me about information that you may receive. Remember, use your discernment. Something that you believe to be true today will be proven untrue tomorrow. So okay, that's what they're going to do. They're using fear as a tactic to herd people into making decisions and doing things together in a group to change the momentum and the energy. So what I'm seeing is, excuse me. What I'm seeing is, like, they're going to be like, oh my God, like going back to the toilet paper thing. Like, oh my God, there's a shortage on toilet paper, you guys. Oh my God, we're all screwed. Whether that's true or not, it's going to force everyone to go out and buy it, right? And it's going to create chaos. And then they're going to say the next day, oh, just kidding, you guys. Like, there's actually not a shortage. Like, oops. And then all that chaos happened that day. And, like, people probably got in accidents. People probably stealing stuff. Like, stealing other people's stuff. Like, so remember, what's true today may not be true tomorrow. Stay calm. You guys need to be grounded. You need to be grounded in reality, okay? They want you to react immediately because that's what they've kind of trained us to do, right? You need to just take a step back, look at the whole situation, okay? Don't go looking like this because they want you to have those goggles on. You're only looking at one thing. You need to open up and use your periphery and look all around and stay calm and centered. Ask for discernment and you will get the truth. You will get the truth. I let go of fear and work in unison with the universe. You need to let go of fear, okay? Like I was just saying, you need to be grounded. And being grounded means your root chakra, where is it? Right there, root chakra. Your root chakra is centered and stable and you're good, okay? Remember, the root chakra is the very bottom of the chakras, okay? It's located in between your private parts and your butthole, okay? There's no other better way to say that. That's where it's located, okay? And that's all about being safe. It's the survival instincts. It's literally kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So like at the very bottom, like you need food, you need water, you need shelter and clothing. Okay, that's kind of like the root chakra. You need your basics. And because the root is at the bottom, like the root of the tree, if you are not grounded and rooted, the rest of the tree is going to topple over. Okay, that's why I'm always saying ground, 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 ground. Most of us right now, what's happening, our higher chakra is basically like the heart up, is pretty open. It's the solar plexus down that is not, okay? And, you know, that's where people are in their mind. Remember, the Uranus and Gemini, their wheels are always turning, but like way too much. So you're like, oh my God, oh my God, there's a shortage. We need to go buy now. We need to go buy out the whole store. Oh my God, and then you're toppling over because you're not grounded in reality. You're not seeing the situation for what it is, for what it truly is. So let go of fear and work in unison with the universe. Ask for help. Ask, and you shall receive. I will say that in every freaking video if I have to, okay? Because in my experience, once I started asking, it freaking happens in one way, shape, or form. It may not happen how you think or when you think, but it does happen if they are able to help you, okay? All right. So that is it for the reading today. Happy Friday, guys. I hope this was informational for you. I hope this helped you. Remember, no fear. When I say these things to you guys, I do not say it to instill fear in you. I say it to educate you so that you can be aware of what's happening. So when it does start happening, you can be like, that's why, okay, remember what she said. This is what we need to do. Here's the guidance. Okay. So I love you guys. Remember, I'm doing my healing tonight. Please, I would love all of you to join me. I'm just getting a really good feeling about tonight, you guys. Like the messages that are going to come through are going to be very pertinent to you. Okay. So I'm so excited. I hope you guys have a good Friday. You're at the end of the work week. Woohoo. I hope you're doing something fun this weekend. Get outside, ground, spend some time outside, do some yard work, spend some time with Mother Nature. And I also missed it on Wednesday. It was Earth Day. I did a reading that day too. And after I posted, I saw it and I was like, gosh darn it. But you know, that's okay. We love Mother Earth here. So I love you guys. I'm sending you peace, love, light, and healing. And once again, I'm Erin with Energy with Erin. I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely weekend. And I will see you tonight during the healing and reading. All right, you guys. Have a good day. Let's talk to you later. Oh, hold on. One more thing. Sorry. Last thing they wanted me to tell you. If you don't like it, change it. Change it. Everything is changeable in this life. If you don't like it, change it. Create the life you want to see. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.